It's the Mac, it's the Mac, it's the Steez dripping Mac, it's the Steez dripping Mac, it's the Steez dripping Mac. Begging on Project Paddle, the money stacker. Now my pocket's sitting fatter.
Bass beating down your block, boy. Bass beating down your block, boy. All I hang around is block boys. In my pocket, that's a knot, boy. Think you hot, but you not, boy. Bass beating down your block, boy. Bass beating down your block, boy. Bass beating down your block, stunting.
What we're about to do now is we're gonna check out
Welcome back to New Rock.
we're gonna look at Black Panther's Wakanda Forever trailer breakdown from Eric Voss at the new Rockstars. Let me find it's right here. And yeah, see some information that I don't know of. My reaction to Black Panther will be up on my YouTube whenever, soon. And for now, you can check it out on the one of the old VODs or the recent VOD. But yeah. So.
Rockstars, I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of the trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which leaves us with tears and with questions. Let's break down this trailer frame by frame for the visual details you might have missed, translations of every bit of Wakanda text that we see on screen, and just appreciation for the amazing production design and the other deeper layers of meaning that you might have overlooked. Let's get started.
Let's go. This was a fire trailer. Great. This is a great trailer. Like, oh, hold up. My bad. Hold on. This is a great trailer to bro, this was an amazing trailer. Whoever cut up the trailer, hey, shout out to them, bro, cause this is an amazing trailer. And shout out to Ryan Coogler too, and the whole cast, cause that, bro. That, bro. That's gonna be amazing.
The trailer
man.
opens with No Woman, No Cry by Bob Marley and the Wailers, but here covered by Nigerian singer Tems. Bob Marley's lyrics are often misinterpreted as,
Oh,
if you have no woman, there's nothing to make you
Tems.
cry.
Yo, Tems, bro, she got some fire music. She got some fire music, bro.
But that's not the truth. It's not a song for men, it's really a song for women. It means woman don't cry. Wailers bassist Aston Barrett in 2012 explained that the song is really about the strength of women and encouragement to be like a lion, with or without a man. And Barrett encouraging women to rise up as lions applies to the women of this movie. Nakia, Shuri, Ramonda, Okoye, Aneka, and Riri Williams. That despite their tears, they can still be strong feline warriors in their own right. Nakia stands on a beach with a Mayan pyramid behind her. These types of pyramids and ruins can be found throughout Mexico along the Yucatan Peninsula. And the Atlanteans in this film are going to be connected to
facts. Yo, that transition, perfect. Fucking perfect. I'm just sad that, like, you know, like, since there's the possibilities of different multiverses, meaning we have a different Black Panther, a different T'Challa from a different place. I still want them to bring back Black Panther and T'Challa because we still need that. But I'm happy they're using the second movie as a memorial goodbye for Chadwick's T'Challa. So, yeah, this is gonna sell out double platinum, my boy.
Mayan culture. Name more actor Tanaka Wartla and the Atlanteans.
Yo, the Atlanteans look fire as fuck, bro.
In this film are going to be connected to ancient Mayan culture. Namor actor Tanaka Huerta told Vice that he had to learn a language for this movie that was based on ancient Mayan.
Now this you may say this is the conspiracy theories, but if you've been peeping, Marvel's been telling you, it's been Marvel movies are not movies, they're documentaries. Uh they're declosures um and documentaries. They're telling you and showing you to get you ready, get your mind ready about for what you're about to see. Like, why would they use Mayans?
Peninsula and the Atlanteans.
Why would they use the Mayans pyramids for Atlantis for Marvel? And then not only that, if you've been peeping at the Marvel shows and movies, they've been doing specific cultures. This is black people's culture now. So we're deep diving into black people's culture. So they're like telling you, hey, this and this. I'm saying this, I know what I know. I peep what I peep. I'm just trying to, see if you see it too. But I fuck
in
with
this
this.
film are going to be connected to ancient Mayan culture. Namor actor Tenoch Huerta told Vice that he had to learn a language for this movie that was based on ancient Mayan. We'll talk more about how that affects the plot of this movie, but let's move on.
Don't shed no tear, no woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost.
So here, Ramonda sits upon
for real, I can't
throne,
skip
flanked
these
by the
hoes, bro.
Dora Milaje, and the floor of this room that she shares with the other tribe elders is the exposed red clay floor.
Oh. I didn't even peep that. Damn, I might have to go back and watch Black Panther because there's some stuff I didn't even peep. Hold on real quick.
Floor of Mount Pashenga. This throne itself bears the Wakandan letters that translate to wisdom and loyalty.
Wait,
The
where's it
floor of
from?
this room that she shares with the other tribe elders is the exposed red clay floor of Mount Pashenga. This throne itself bears the Wakandan letters that translate to wisdom and loyalty. And notice how Ramonda appears to have a chunk of vibranium ore on her armrest. Maybe the conflict in this movie has to do with vibranium as a natural resource that is being plundered, both from the Wakandans and from the Atlanteans. To the left, in blue and purple, is Dorothy Steele as the elder of the merchant tribe. Returning from the 2018 film, Dorothy Steele passed away at age 95 in October 2021 after completing her work for this film. In the streets of Wakanda, citizens dance in white clothes. White is what Wakandans wear when they are in mourning. Ramonda and Shuri were both wearing white to mourn T'Chaka's death at the beginning of the 2018 film.
A comfort for your loss. Thank you, Nakia.
Now Wakanda celebrates the life of T'Challa. Shuri grieves in a procession with her mother Ramonda over the Marvel Studios logo that's also in white, led by the Dora Milaje,
and they're
who
holding
in
this
this very rare
helmet.
occasion trade out their red uniforms for these white robes. So yes, this film will address Chadwick Boseman's death by showing the death of T'Challa. How the character has died remains unclear. Some have wondered if this film might be set during the blip. Maybe they could be mourning T'Challa's dusting, but that is not possible because Shuri was among the dusted according to Avengers Endgame, and Shuri is in this movie. Also, according to everyone on cast and crew, this, along with every other Phase 4 title aside from a couple flashbacks, is set definitively after the blip. I just hope that they don't make the actual circumstances of his death a kind of plot point to the movie. Like, this movie does not have to be a conspiratorial mystery to solve how T'Challa died, but rather a story about what people do after in his absence. Now, the gate that they're headed toward has a
Which I
statue
think
of
that's where they're gonna
Bashenga.
go.
Bashenga was the first Black Panther and Wakandan king who united the tribes of Wakanda, and the one who first consumed the heart-shaped herb to come into communion with Bast. Here you can actually see Bast sitting at Bashenga's feet. But then notice the figure to the right. That is a female figure. Could it be Bashenga's wife, his sister, his daughter, his mother? There is another feline sitting at her feet, which I believe to be Sekhmet. Bast is derived from Bastet, the Egyptian feline goddess, the more peaceful of the pairing that also
Sekhmet
includes the more aggressive
is the
feline deity
aggressive
of Sekhmet.
war,
T'Challa
yeah.
actually mentioned both of these in Civil War.
In my culture, death is not the end. It's more of a stepping off point. You reach out with both hands and Bast and Sekhmet. They lead you into the green veldt where you can run Wakanda forever.
And by green veldt, I think we all assume that that was the ancestral plane, but this green garden may actually be the green veldt on this side of the plane, the one that leads to the ancestral plane. This appears to be the royal cemetery, aka the
And then they did talk about realms. So, or not realms. What was it? Oh, what was it? It was no, it was realms, right? From Miss Marvel, right? So this could be like another realm,
Acropolis
another
of
way.
Wakanda. So as the past couple titles of the MCU have started to explore how certain superheroes are avatars of deities and how those deities are actually represented in the Marvel Universe in Omnipotent City in Thor: Love and Thunder, including someone who we thought was Bast and a white-furred feline figure
Wait.
in City in Thor: Love and Thunder, including someone who
That looks like Nakia.
we thought was Bast and a white-furred feline figure that I think might be Sekhmet. This film may now expand this kind of mythology to include both the Black Panther and Bast and an ancestral female companion empowered by Sekhmet. Moving on.
Along the way, in this great future, you can't forget your past.
There's another angle of the throne room showing the Dora Milaje in formation, and now the columns have writing on them. We can see in power, then T'Challa, then our hero, and honor forever. And we know from some set photos that the full transcription of this phrase is rest in power, King T'Challa, our hero, 'twas an honor, Wakanda forever. And notice how each platform represents a different part of Wakanda. We actually saw these platforms and the art behind them in the 2018 film. On the left, the column at the guard's feet reads Golden City, that is the name of the central metropolis of Wakanda. The next
Golden
one,
City.
King's Guard, that represents the Dora Milaje. Next one, River Tribe, that is the Green Cloak Tribe from Warrior Falls, the tribe Nakia comes from. And the fourth one, Mining Tribe, that is the Red Cloak Tribe that we saw at Warrior Falls. And behind each of these are tableau symbols in red clay, much like the
Wait,
that we saw at Warrior.
whoa. That's interesting. I never noticed. I never peeped that. Like, okay.
Falls. And behind each of these are tableau symbols in red clay, much like the floor of this throne room. The one on the far left is a large tree with expansive branches and equally expansive roots, likely the panther tree that we see in the ancestral plane, but you may also be reminded of the Asgardian Yggdrasil world's tree. It's just always interesting when the MCU's disparate mythologies parallel each other in little ways like this. Then Ramonda, now in black, stands on the shoreline that we think Nakia is on, and notice some gray
Bro,
hairs are visible under her headpiece.
Bro, like, cause we're all paid. Cause what happens is, you watch it once, and we're all excited about what oh my god, it's the movie. This is the first movie, da da da, right? And then the other thing is, you watch it a couple times, you may catch a couple things, but also you don't really know what you're looking for, also. So that's also how you're missing it, also. Which is, I do the same thing. I'm like, how did how did I miss this? And sometimes when you see the movie in theaters, it sometimes, I don't know, the way it's shot, or they don't leave it long enough on the screen, and you can't rewind it. It's not like you're literally there watching the movie being played on the screen, so you can't do anything until it comes out. And usually by the time it comes out, some people don't watch it until, I don't know, until they're like, you know what, I haven't watched this movie in a minute, and they'll watch it and might peep it or not. I don't know, but yeah, that's how.
She looks magnificent, but even she cannot hide the toll that her life and losses have taken on her. Moving on.
So dry your tears, I say.
Here we see the birth of Namor. Namor is Marvel's first mutant, publication date-wise, and now that the MCU has finally said the word mutation in the context of Kamala Khan, it's likely that they're gonna call Namor a mutant in this movie as well. Namor is the mutant son born to the Atlantean princess of Fen, and a human captain of the Lemurian Star, which kinda got referenced in Winter Soldier.
Target is a mobile satellite launch platform, the Lemurian Star.
Yeah, Lumerian Star, Lemurian Star, Potato Topato. Now, while DC's Aquaman first appeared in 1941, Namor actually preceded
Yo, I didn't even think. Like, they're in the middle of the ocean.
Him
Oh
joining
my
Captain
God.
America in the android form of the Human Torch in 1939. These three were the first real Marvel superheroes.
Wait,
Over
did
the
it say
Human
android?
Torch in 91, Namor actually precedes him, joining Captain America in the android form of the Human.
That's what he is, bro. I've been thinking along. It's like, all right, you have these comments. I'm like, yo, why is the Human Torch with Captain America? Like when I was a little kid, it's because it's an android. That makes so much sense. Cause I was like, yo, what? Like, how? Okay, if you have Johnny Storm here, who's the Human Torch, then how does he not know Captain America if they fought with each other in the comics? It's because he's an android. All right.
Human Torch
Bet.
in 1939. These three were the first real Marvel superheroes. Over the years, Namor has been known as really an anti-hero who seeks vengeance against surface dwellers, and in more recent comics has had a history of bad blood with Wakanda and T'Challa. Now, Atlantis
Yeah,
has actually been
that's
hinted
facts.
at a few times in the MCU. In Iron Man 2, the world map that gave us our first sighting of Wakanda in the MCU also included a site in the South Atlantic Ocean. And then Endgame had that one line about the underwater earthquakes.
Yeah, I
Remember
peeped
reading
that.
on
I
these
peeped
tremors?
that. I
It was a
remember that
mild
one.
subduction under the African plate.
That
How
I
we handle
peeped.
It's an earthquake under the ocean. We handle it by not handling it.
And now we actually get to visit Atlantis and meet these people. It's interesting how this mother gives birth in shallow water. You can see the surface right above her head. All the Atlanteans that we see are blue-skinned, as Namor's mother was in the comics, but here
Right.
his mother may be human, thus the shallow water. Just a human who might have fallen in love with an Atlantean father, and that's why Namor isn't blue.
So they're doing it the other way around instead of making the woman Atlantean and the father human. They're making the mother human and the father Atlantean. Okay.
Maybe his skin is a reflection of his mutation. Let's move on. In this shot, adult Namor turns from a large orb of light underwater. What is
Nah,
this?
this this is gonna be crazy. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. We haven't seen Marvel do stuff with underwater. Like, yeah, you have some fight scenes underwater, and they'll like, like how he's mentioned here, they'll sprinkle here or there about it. But we haven't really like went underwater in Marvel. Like DC, they already did their Aquaman and all that, but we haven't we haven't dove into the Marvel waters like and with Namor and all that. So this is gonna be crazy to see how they're gonna do this. Like I'm very interested to see how like Atlantis is gonna be played out and all that.
This could be an underwater explosion that Namor is just turning away from in slow motion. Maybe one of those mild subductions that Okoye brushed off, but was actually the surface dwellers mining away at Namor's home. Namor wears a ceremonial Mayan headpiece with a jaguar head, making Namor parallel to the Black Panther, but with a ferocious feline with a jaguar.
Okay. Jaguar head. All right. Could they be mining? Could the explosion? Could they be mining for more is it vibranium? Yeah, vibranium.
Jaguar head, making Namor parallel to the Black Panther, but with the ferocious feline of Central America. A helicopter approaches a human research vessel, but this isn't a purely scientific mission because a guard is holding a friggin' machine gun, and this dive is occurring at night. If you want to see stuff under the ocean, why wouldn't you just
So there's gonna be a third party that might start a war between the Wakandans and the Atlanteans, and the Wakandans are grieving the death of T'Challa, while there might be a third party that causes an issue between those two factions to go to war with each other. That
go during the
okay?
day? Yeah, this is not a harmless academic.
Because I was trying to figure out like, okay, there's people, because they show in the trailer that the ship is being attacked, so I could see that Okay.
Trip, my friends, this actually might be the human intervention that aggravates Atlantis and puts Wakanda in an awkward situation, as Wakanda, unlike Atlantis, opened up to the world community, and thus, from the Atlanteans' point of view, might have made themselves culpable every time the humans do something stupid.
Ooh. That's
Moving
sad.
on.
Oh, so that's
Okay,
okay.
now
That
a
has to be
different
reused.
shot that I don't think is part of that research vessel. Here, we see some armed, uniformed soldiers invading a Wakandan lab, forcing a scientist to open a door, and then holding other scientists at gunpoint beside these bubbling water columns. This could be an off-campus lab where, I don't know, maybe some Navy SEALs were sent to take everything the Wakandans know about Atlantis. Or maybe they're just there to steal their vibranium.
So it's gonna be human. Okay, so like usual, the government's gonna be some bullshit. Intervene, cause a war between the two factions, and then
Actually,
that's
later
gonna
in
be
the trailer,
great.
we do see the Dora Milaje coming to these scientists' aid. The fact that a conflict, though, is happening means that international relations are probably going to shit. Then this insane
Like
shot
al-
where Shuri
like
stands on the
always,
red clay
right?
floor with the throne as fire climbs the columns, but a room around this floods. Later shots in the trailer show this room flooding, and that is shocking because, again, this room is atop Mount Bashenga. So for water to reach that high, it must have been an insanely tall tidal wave. And indeed,
Oh, Namor.
as we see throughout the trailer, all of Wakanda is going to flood. This movie looks like it's going to closely adapt the 2012 Avengers vs. X-Men comic storyline, in which, and it's kind of crazy, just go with me on this, the Phoenix Force takes 5 hosts, one of them Namor, and tracks down the Avengers to Wakanda, and then uses Namor's amplified powers to flood the entire nation of Wakanda, killing countless innocents. So I assume in this movie, the Atlanteans will flood Wakanda as a kind of final escalation, maybe a measure of last resort that begins with Wakanda siding with humanity over them. But is it gonna be Namor who floods Wakanda, or one of the other Atlanteans that he doesn't necessarily agree with the extremity of? Let's play a quick round of Would You Rather. Would you rather be up at 6 a.m. for a flight to Hawaii tomorrow, or meet up with your best friend who you haven't seen forever, who's only in town for one night for a drink
this is-
tonight?
this is sad.
Trick question. You can have a cocktail or two with your college bud and make your flight with time to have breakfast beforehand. Even all you've got to do is start, and that's it. AKA Ironheart, Avery Williams, aka Ironheart, a brilliant MIT student, an engineer.
Bro, I can't wait till her show comes, bro. It's gonna be fire, bro.
She's gonna be getting her own Disney Plus series.
I feel like, and I'm gonna take a guess again. I feel like she's not gonna get the official suit until the end of the episode or end of the season.
In fall 2023. Looks like Shuri might
But-
be doing some recruiting of great minds from Tony Stark's alma mater. Now, Letitia Wright as an actress is just very thin, but notice as she approaches Dominique Thorne, she has definitely put on a bit of mass in her shoulders. I only bring this up because the final shot of this trailer is just going to force us to pay close
Oh
attention
no,
to all of these
bro!
actors.
I'm tired of people speculating. Shuri is the new Black Panther. Shuri's the new Black Panther. I can see how Nakia could be the new Black Panther, but no, it's Shuri. I feel like this is Shuri's storyline in here, so she's the new Black Panther.
To see.
No ifs, buts, or whatever. It's her.
And right as Shuri and Riri slap hands, Tim's repetition of everything gonna be alright transitions seamlessly into Kendrick Lamar's alright.
Cause why that shot? Because they don't want you to see the whole suit. They gotta save it. They don't. Cause think about it. We're not seeing T'Challa in the suit. We're seeing somebody else in the suit, and we're seeing a different suit. So they're not gonna show you the suit like, yeah, this is what she looks like. No, they're gonna tease you. They already teased you with the storyline. Bro, if you notice, you haven't seen the suit throughout the whole trailer, but the end, they're saving that shot for like, yeah, this is the bro, yeah.
Like many Bob
They're doing it
Marley
on
songs,
purpose.
Lamar's Alright became a protest anthem. He conceived this track while visiting South Africa's Robben Island to see the cell where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned, and he wrote these lyrics with an intent to heal. Thereafter, this song became a key song for the BLM movement, both to grieve, but also to fight through that grief and find a way to express joy and to keep one's head up. And I love how both of these songs in this trailer work together to try to comfort us, to try to keep us strong. Let's move on.
And plus, I ain't gonna lie. I want Shuri as the new Black Panther. Like, it's part of her storyline, and I like the actor that plays Shuri. So bro, I get like okay, Nakia might be it, but nah, this is Shuri's like role, like. And here's the thing, I get it. Like, there's certain stuff you gotta work around, and this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not the comics, even though it's inspired from the comics. You still gotta keep certain shit. You can't just be changing shit just to, like, you know what I mean? Like there's certain shit to like make the storyline go flow well. All right, cool, but the origin or certain shit like, oh, she's supposed to be Black Panther. Don't change it. Don't change that. Like, oh yeah, instead of Shuri, this person's gonna be Black Panther. Like, nah, bro. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be written.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone.
Okay, an interesting flashback shows this ranch house on fire, and then there's like an old-timey carriage, someone in old-timey attire dead out front, as
What?
a young Namor gazes up at this fire with 4 blue-skinned Atlanteans. I assume this is part of Namor's origin story, maybe the death of one of his parents, and the fact that this seems to be set so far in the past might mean that they give Namor a similar origin that he had in the comics. He could just be very old, someone who ages very slowly. I like how the Atlanteans wear these breathing masks over their faces, but presumably to circulate water into their mouths, since they might not be able to breathe air. But Namor,
Wait, that's so interesting because I was peeping in the. So they can't breathe air, so they just have to breathe water. It's kind of like us going down there breathing air and not breathing in water. That's what? Yo, that's trippy. That's trippy.
doesn't have to wear one because he is part human. But then we have this match cut of adult Namor meeting the Atlanteans on a different shore. This, if you look at the structures in the background, is Wakanda. Now, Wakanda seemed to be in the middle of the African continent, but it did border a body of water. And if you look later on in this trailer, on the same beachfront, Namor and the others face fire from a Wakandan aircraft as M'Baku leaps at them from a boat. But interesting how in that shot, the other Atlanteans...
Bro, this fool is just standing like everyone else moving out the way. He's just like that's crazy.
Back in the water, but Namor doesn't move. Does he have some kind of divine protection as the avatar of a Mayan god? We return to the mountain kingdom of the Jabari tribe of M'Baku. Notice the snow-covered gorilla statue. This may be where the Wakandans have to flee to after the flooding, since it's higher ground. Ramonda addresses the UN, and after that skirmish with the commandos and the Wakandan scientists, I'm wondering if she's now declaring that Wakanda is actually turning away from the world community, a reversal of her son's address in the 2018 film. And then we get another shot of T'Challa's funeral ceremony, showing his face on a billboard with the Wakandan letters translating to "The Panther King forever lives in us and rests," with an unseen "with," and the last word is blocked out, but I see an ES, and based on the spacing, I think it's ancestors. So the Panther King forever lives in us and rests with the ancestors. Then there's the yellow building below that is selling Wakandan something. Can't really make it out. Let's move on.
Have I not given everything?
So the emotional speech given by Ramonda that I thought was in the UN is actually being delivered in the Wakandan throne room, perhaps to the Atlantean invaders who are now demanding more from her. And she says, "My entire family is gone." So
Okay, so that answered my question. Cause like I was wondering like who is she saying that to? And it's not at the UN, and it's in Wakanda. So I was like, yo, who is she telling this is to the Atlanteans?
Atlantean invaders are now demanding more from her. And she says, "My entire family is gone." So T'Chaka and T'Challa are gone, but what about Shuri? I would be really surprised if Shuri dies in this movie, but she may not be actually dead. She might just be in the end.
I swear, y'all kill her. If y'all kill her, and y'all kill her off, I'm gonna be pissed. Why y'all kill her off? For what?
Ancestral plane, and Ramonda just thinks she's dead. For Shuri to access the ancestral plane, she would have to find a way to...
Okay, wait a minute now. Okay, so if they do a little, okay, she kind of died, but she didn't, type of thing, and she does the ancestral play thing, I'll fuck with that. I'll fuck with that. But y'all kill it off completely, I'm gonna be pissed.
Synthetic.
But it basically be her hero's journey, and it'll be her like basically going through her thing to fully earn the rights or earn the mantle of Black Panther. Okay, I got you, Eric. I got you, Eric. I got you.
Where she encounters her father T'Chaka, her brother T'Challa, maybe in the form of a silent panther sitting in the tree. But also in the ancestral plane, my friends, is likely her cousin Killmonger. I got some more thoughts on that later. We get a clear shot of Namor's 4 Atlantean warriors on a bridge that kind of looks like the same bridge over the Potomac that Everett Ross is walking on. Maybe the Atlanteans also attack an American military site like the Pentagon, which is right along the Potomac, and that could be what leads that SEAL team to attacking the Wakandan lab for intel on the Atlanteans or the vibranium. And I like that female Atlantean has a necklace with it looks like a barracuda jawbone. Very cool. Then the shot of Riri Williams hammering away in Shuri's lab, popping out a piece of metal in the shape of an Ironheart. Ironheart, suggesting that Riri Williams' Ironheart suit might actually be made of vibranium. Then we see Michaela Cole's character named
a vibranium Ironheart. Yo, it has to be. It has to be. What else? No, fuck that Stark tech. Yeah, that Wakanda tech. That Wakandan tech? Oh, yeah. Bro, what?
named Aneka, who is a former member of the Dora Milaje who in the comics leaves and forms the Midnight Angels. Her armor includes some wings that enable her to fly. Now the Midnight Angels are, among other things, known for a certain mission with Deadpool to kill Dr. Doom after Doom steals all the Wakandan vibranium. I don't know, Victor Von Doom would be an interesting suspect behind that initial land dweller intrusion.
I heard rumors that he might be, I don't know, some type of reference or something that's gonna be in here. So that's interesting. Yo, this movie's about to be fire as fuck. Like, yo. They're doing a Doctor Doom movie too? Oh shit. A Doctor Doom movie. I'm interested. So, here's the thing: the Doctor Doom movie would have to come after Fantastic Four because I feel like, one, are you telling his origin story? If so, then the Fantastic Four has to make a cameo. If you're not telling his origin story, then what story are you telling about Doctor Doom? But I'll be really interested in the Doctor Doom movie though. But yo,
then a shot of Namor looking at this Mayan art. At least I think it's Mayan.
All this shit he's gathered from this trailer, I didn't even like. Oh shit! Like, so she. Because I didn't know who Home Chick was, but I was like, yo, she's betraying them. Like, oh, shit, something's going to be up. I didn't think she went and formed her own little unit to go kill, or not kill, but to stop Dr. Doom because he sold vibranium. Yo. Which, by the way, Wakanda's got to do better with the vibranium thing. Come on.
Feathered serpent deity known as, forgive my pronunciation, Kukulkan, which is the Mayan equivalent to Quetzalcoatl of Aztec mythology. So again, the way that the Black Panther uses the deity of Bast as his divine power, serving as his avatar, the way Moon Knight served as the avatar to Khonshu, I think the same process is being used by Namor, empowered by a Mayan god. Moving on.
Oh, see, yo.
So Okoye fights the Atlanteans on that bridge that I mentioned before. Their spear strikes pushing her back toward the water, you should note, until she plants her spear in the concrete. Then some shots of a street chase of the motorcycle in a red car, and then another shot from within that red car shows a drone plane crashing into a line of police cars. Then a close-up of Namor with a necklace of pearls, or could those be Kamoyo beads? Probably pearls, but they also kind of look like Kamoyo beads. I just really think the Atlanteans may have their own supply of vibranium, and that is why they were initially targeted. Namor or some other Atlantean descends.
Bro, look at his throne. Yo, that's nah, bro. You can't tell me that ain't fire. That's a fire stone.
into this throne that is encased in the jawbone of a shark.
That, yeah.
I love how the top of the jawbone has 2 rows of teeth because sharks shed their teeth. And then a Wakandan versus Atlantean sea battle. Dozens of Atlanteans surrounding a vessel in a coordinated strike, and then the Dormelage leap off that deck, tethered to knock them off the side of the vessel. I love this Jack Sparrow shit, and I want to know what kind of ship this is. Why are the Wakandans?
Now, if you get cut off and knocked into the water, you kind of fucked, cause you kind of like you tethered to the ship, but they cut you off. Now you down there with them in their territory, so it's just like damn.
Venturing out in the ocean. I have a theory for why they may be setting their sails in the final section.
And when I wake up,
Ooh.
we're in his territory now. Only you versus him.
What the fuck?
Come and get me!
I'm a cutthroat. Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Beast. Rated R.
And look at this cable bill.
Well, what if I told you that you could get home
What?
internet from Verizon?
What's up with
Verizon
they're
does home
not?
internet?
They're
Verizon does home internet.
What?
It's only $25.
Did I just see Idris versus a?
No annual
Did I just see
contracts, no
Idris
hidden
versus
fees,
a lion?
Starting at $25 with select unlimited plans.
Did I just see Idris versus a lion? And how is he winning that? Never mind, bro. I'm not.
So, who is our new Black Panther in this black and gold suit? I initially thought Shuri, since, Letitia Wright has put on some muscle. But
it's
based on the
gotta
silhouette,
be.
I will say it looks more like Nakia, who is the first character.
Oh my fucking god, bro! Fucking god. Look. I won't be as mad if it's Nakia, but bro, just please stick with the fucking comics, bro. I get it. You're doing your own thing. It's the cinematic universe. Bro, come the fuck on, bro. It's supposed to be Shuri. It's not, bro. Oh, my
Character we see in this trailer. But at the end of the day, I could be wrong. I just do think this figure looks a bit more masculine to me. And really, the clue I'm most interested in comes from the line of Kendrick Lamar's All Right that Coogler cuts to black on.
And when I wake up,
Yes, when I wake up. If the reason Ramonda considers Shuri dead is that Shuri is in the ancestral plane recruiting.
I think that's the thing. I think they're gonna do something where Shuri's gonna have this like life or death thing happen, and then she's gonna wake up when the like killed or whatever from the fruit, and she puts on the suit. Cause like you're not gonna be making a female, a feminine Black Panther suit, and it's not like suited for somebody who's about to who took the fruit.
Cousin Killmonger to wake him up to resurrect him. That could be how we get Killmonger back in the suit.
I don't know. I didn't even think of that either. She resurrects him. Cause that did kind of look like a resurrection kind of ceremony with the fire, unless that's supposed to be something else, but yo. And Michael B. Jordan was filming in Atlanta for Creed 3, so I don't know, bro. It could be a possibility. I could see, and they used them for the What If episodes, so I could see him coming back as a Black Panther. Which I would fuck with heavy. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, I could see this being Shuri also,
Dude,
I don't
remember,
know.
Thor: Love and Thunder's post-credit scene showed Jane Foster and Heimdall in Valhalla, another MCU afterlife alongside the ancestral plane in the Egyptian underworld in Moon Knight. And the reason we saw Jane and Heimdall again, I think, was to indicate the possibility of reincarnation or resurrection in this universe. Remember, Killmonger was buried at sea.
Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
The Atlanteans could have recovered his body. Now remember, Ramonda needed T'Challa's body to resurrect him from the ancestral plane in the 2018 film. Presumably, to resurrect Killmonger, you would need his body. That could be why they're headed out to the ocean. And in this trailer, at the very beginning, there was one shot of Shuri in which she is in this golden, hazy, out of focus realm, and she's crying. What is making her cry? Who is she seeing? Who is she reuniting with in this moment? Perhaps she could be in her ancestral underworld, waking up a warrior to help her reclaim her home. Now, so much attention has been paid to
Namor's
who's in the suit that some have overlooked the context of this moment. Someone out of focus is climbing back to their feet on this beach, framed in this panther's claws. Now, I assume it's Namor. Looks like it's a blur of Huerta's chest and his green jammers, golden gauntlets, and chest piece. But if this beach is Wakandan, that would mean this is pre-flood. Because if they need those floodwaters to rise enough to flood the throne room, there wouldn't be a beachfront here. So Killmonger's resurrection and conflict with Namor in this moment might actually be the thing, the moment of escalation that leads Atlantis to retaliate by flooding Wakanda, a risk that Killmonger might consider worth taking. As Doctor Strange learned in Multiverse of Madness, resurrecting the dead may seem like a quick fix, but in the grand scheme of things, it's an unholy action to unbury the dead and can curse the living with unintended consequences. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EABoss, follow me Rockstars, and subscribe to Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks again so much for supporting this channel, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.
WVid. That's interesting. I didn't think. Okay. I didn't think resurrecting Eric Killmonger or just resurrecting Killmonger, bro. Interesting.